The next chapter we are discussing is about functions. You are already familiar with the print function, input function and the len functions from the previous chapters. Python provides several built-in functions like this, but you can also write your own functions. A function is like a mini program within a program. So instead of using the built-in functions, you can write your own functions in your program, and the functions are nothing but like a mini program. So here they have given a very simple function. To make use of function, you have to write the keyword def. So we have to define a function, you have to make use of the keyword def followed by the function name. Okay, so the function name has to be taken with the apt of the task that you are doing in that function. So here they are just greeting hello, so the function name they have written it as hello. The function name is usually a name followed by a pair of parentheses, then you end it with a colon. Then whatever you write below that function is known as the function clause. Here it belongs to that function code, and if you want to come out of the function, you have to leave that space, and this will be printed only when you call that function. Okay, not when you define that function. If you want these lines to be printed, it will be printed only when you call that function, and this is the function call. Okay, this is called the function call. Function call is nothing but the function name call followed by the pair of parentheses. So this part is known as the function definition, and this is known as the function call. The same function is called 3 times here. Okay, so this line which is there, these 3 lines which are there, it will be printed for 3 times. Okay, so this is function definition and this is function call. So how to define a function? By using the keyword def followed by the function name followed by a colon. Anything you write below it belongs to that function, and if you want this function to be executed, you have to write the function call. So once you write the function call, this will go back to the code and it will print whatever the task is there in that code. So the first line is a def statement which defines a function named hello. Okay, so the first line is a def statement. The code in the block that follows the def statement is the body of the function. So anything that follows the def statement is the body of the function. This code is executed when the function is called, not when the function is first defined. Okay, so this code will be executed not when it is defined but when the function is called. Okay, so this will be executed once you call that function, otherwise it will be inside that function only. Okay, the hello lines after the function are function calls. Here what the hello lines are there, they are the function calls. In code, a function call is just the function name followed by parenthesis, possibly with some number of arguments in between the parentheses. So function calls are nothing but the function names with the parentheses. If you want, you can also have some arguments within those parentheses. When the program execution reaches these calls, it will jump to the top line in the function and begin executing the code there. So when it reaches the end of the function, the execution returns to the line that called the function and continues moving through the code as before. So when this function is called, when your program reaches this line, immediately it will go back to the function and it will execute this code and it will come back to where it had started. Okay, since this program calls hello 3 times, the code in the hello function is executed 3 times. Okay, so this code which was there, the function hello which is there, it is being called 3 times. So this code also will get executed 3 times. Okay, so you can see here it has executed 3 times. So let us try this program. Make use of the keyword def and the function name is hello. Pair of parentheses, functions are usually followed by pair of parentheses, colon, enter, print hi. Okay, print hello there. Okay, I'll write only 2 print statements, enter. If you want to come out of this function, you have to just leave that space. Okay, and then you call the function. Okay, so what this will do is, this is defining of those function and this is function call. So I have called the function only once, so this will be executed only once. So Control S, save, 9, enter, then F5 for running. Okay, I have used double quotes here, so it is showing an error. Let us put a single quote. Control S, F5. Okay, so you can see here it has printed here hi, hello there. The function output is here and it is printed only once. Okay, if I write it once again, it will print the same code twice. Control S, F5. So you can see hi, hello there, hi, hello there. So the usage of function is that whatever code is there, you can execute it multiple times. Okay, so this code can be executed multiple times by just calling that function. So a major purpose of functions is to group code that gets executed multiple times. Okay, so without a function defined, you could have to copy and paste this code each time and the program would look like this. So if you wanted that code to be printed so many times, 3 times, then you could have written this code like this. So instead of writing like this, you have made use of the function which is minimum in size. Okay, what they have written, in general you always want to avoid duplicating code, because if you ever decide to update the code, if for example you find a bug you need to fix, you will have to remember to change the code everywhere you copied it. So if you have a code which you have used it at multiple places and there is an error in that code, then you have to make the changes on the code wherever you have duplicated it. So instead of that, if you have written that code only once and you have called it at multiple places, so if you make the change in that code, it will be applied to all the places where you have used that code. Okay, so as you get more programming experience, you will often find yourself deduplicating code, which means getting rid of duplicated or copy and pasted code. So deduplication makes your programs shorter, easier to read and easier to update. So deduplication of a code is possible by making use of the functions. You write a function code and duplicate that function calls wherever you want it. So that code will be applied wherever you call that function. The next topic we have is the def statements with parameters. In the previous topic, when we were discussing about the function, we had a def statement here and the function name was hello, but this function name did not have any parameters. Okay, so now we'll be discussing the def statement with parameters. Okay, when you call the print function or len function, you pass in values called arguments in this context by typing them between the parentheses. You can also define your own functions that accept arguments. Okay, so whenever we were making use of the print function and the len function, whatever we write within it is known as arguments. Okay, so inside print, if I write a text hello, that hello also is considered as an argument. Inside len, if I write a string hello, that hello also is considered as an argument. So here also we'll be making use of a function along with an argument here. So what is happening in this program is they have used the keyword def followed by the function name hello, but the hello function has a parameter here. Okay, has a parameter here and followed by a colon. Then you have here print statement followed by the hello text plus concatenation plus this variable. Okay, and then you're calling this function hello by passing two arguments Alice and Bob. Now what will happen here is if you call this function hello Alice, this is known as an argument. This is known as an argument, and the variable name that is used along with the function is known as a parameter. So once you call this function gets called, immediately this function goes to this statement, and in that statement you can see the argument Alice will sit in the parameter name. So immediately what will happen is print hello plus name, what is sitting in this name Alice, so it will print hello Alice. So the work of the parameter is to store arguments that is passed during the function call. So here the function call will not just call the function hello, it will also pass an argument Alice to the parameter name, that is the name here. Okay, parameter is nothing but a variable which is used for storing the argument values. Okay, so once it prints, you call a function hello and you go along with the argument Alice. So here Alice is sitting in the parameter variable name and it will print hello. In name, what is sitting? Alice. So after printing this, you come back to the function call, then you execute the next statement. What is the next statement here? Hello Bob. So this function is also calling the function hello and you are passing the argument Bob. So you go back to the function definition and in that hello is there, and in the parameter name Bob is sitting. So it will print hello Bob. So when you run this program, the output looks like this: hello Alice, hello Bob. The function called was the same, but it was passed to two different arguments. Okay, so let us check this program. Control N, new file. Okay, make use of the keyword def. Make use of the keyword def, and the function name is hello. This time we are going to make use of a parameter. Parameter is nothing but a variable name, and you'll call it as here name. Okay, followed by a colon. So the work of this parameter is to store the arguments that is passed during the function call. Okay, enter, print. The text you want is hello. Okay, and plus the parameter name is name. Okay, then enter. You come out of this function by coming out of the space, then you write the function name. What is the function name here? Hello, and the name argument I want to pass is Alice. Okay, so first what will happen is, first this statement will be executed. Here you are calling a function hello, and this hello, what is happening, it will go to this function definition hello. It will not go alone, it will go along with the argument Alice. So when it goes to the function definition, here this variable is used for storing the argument. So in this name, what will store is Alice. So while printing, it will print the statement hello concatenated with the variable name parameter here, that is name, and in this name what is sitting? Alice. Okay, so you should print hello Alice. Control S, save. 1, enter, F5. So it will print hello Alice. Okay, so you can leave a space here if you want a space between hello and Alice. Control S, F5. So it will print hello Alice. Okay, the same function hello you can call with a different value. Okay, so press enter, hello Bob. Okay, Control S, F5. So what it will print? Hello Bob. So after it, the function is called with the argument Alice. Once it gets printed, second the hello function will be called with the argument Bob. So the same function is called with the different arguments. Okay, so the definition of the hello function in this program has a parameter called name. So this here is called as a parameter name. A parameter is a variable that an argument is stored in when a function is called. So the parameter is nothing but a variable, and its work is to store the arguments that is called when a function is called. Okay, so we can try one more program. Okay, Control N. So I'll write a function for adding two numbers. Okay, to adding two numbers, and we'll pass the values during the function call. So make use of the keyword def. Function name should be apt for the task that I'm doing. So I'll use the function name add, and I require two parameters here. Okay, two parameters here, as we'll be passing two values from the function call. So a comma b. Okay, then press colon, and then I'll be making use of one more variable called c, and c I'll store the value of a plus b. Okay, so as we know, we need not declare any variables, it is directly initialized here. So c is equals to a plus b. Enter. Okay, then it will print sum is equals to, okay, print single quote plus the value sitting in C. Okay, so sum is equals to, this plus is used for concatenation, and then it has to be concatenated with the value of a plus b. Okay, enter. then function call add. Okay, I'll take two arguments 2, 4. Okay, 2, 4. So when this function is called 2, 4, this 2, 4 is the argument. It will go immediately to the function definition, and in the function definition, a parameter will store the argument 2, b parameter will store the argument 4. Then it will be 2 plus 4, 4 will give you 6, and then it should print sum is equals to 6. Okay, as C is storing the value of 6 here, but this program will give you an error here. I'll tell you why it will give you an error. Let us save and run it first. Control S to enter and then F5. Okay, so here the error what it is, can only concatenate str, not int to str. Okay, why it is shown an error is because C is an integer and this text is a string, so you cannot concatenate int with a string here. So what we can do here is we'll convert this int to string by using the str function. Okay, by using the str function I've converted the int to string. Okay, so it will give an error if you are directly concatenating a string with an integer. So what I've done is I have converted the integer to a string value. So Control S, F5. Okay, so here you can see the output is here, sum is equals to 6. Okay, so you can call the same function with different values. Add 5, 4. Okay, add 5, 4. So it should give the value as sum is equals to 9. So Control S, F5. Okay, so first it will print sum is equals to 6, then again it will come back. The same function will be called with two different argument values, that is 5 and 4. 5 will sit in A and 4 will sit in B. Then 5 plus 4 will be 9. Then sum is equals to 9 will be printed, but see that you convert the integer into string by using the str function. So this was how you can make use of def statements with parameters.